AI initiatives of an organization or an entity, a corporation, maintain human dignity and they do not in any way cause harm to people. And that's what we want to achieve here. We see a lot of poorly constructed AI projects that are built on biased or inaccurate data, which can have harmful consequences on minority groups and individuals. So, ethics in AI, it encompasses many things, such as fairness, anti-weaponization, for example, liability, such as in the case of self-driving cars that encounter accidents, and fair hiring practices. We see it there a lot as well. So ethical AI should be and is on the forefront of every organization that's dealing with AI at the moment right now. That's why we're covering this topic here. First question is, and that's the most important question to ask when you're dealing with ethical AI. And let me make myself small here so you can look at the screen. And poof, there I am. I'm right here. See, still there. So we're opening up the screen right now so you can have a look at the most important question to deal with when you're dealing with ethical AI, and that's what are the ethical risks of long-term data storage. Let me open it up and then explain what you're looking at here. What you're looking at here are a couple of things. Looking at the main area, if you look at ethical AI, there's a lot of main areas that it has to cover, like data storage, like ethical behavior, like privacy, and we'll come to those areas as well later on. I'll show you the green-blue balls, those green-blue balls, this one here, that are related to that. There are many questions, like over 1,000 questions related to ethical AI, and this is the number one question that you should be asking in your organization, and it's related to data. We'll see here a small gray ball. The gray ball, that's the priority of this question. So all these questions, there's over 1,000 in here, are prioritized based on the topic at hand, based on ethical AI, and based on their relationship towards each other. This is the one that rules them all. This is the one that covers them all. What are the ethical risks of long-term data storage? Now, what can you do about that? There's a couple of best ideas surrounding that question. This is the way to approach this is to have a look at select the best ideas and pick the one that works best for you, or pick the ones that work best for you. Have a way of prioritizing alerts and cyber risks. Really know who is in the way to reduce risks, get a better understanding of the impacts and risks, protect your equipment from environmental risks, and begin to shift or restructure operations to mitigate risks. These are the areas that you can be covering, taking care of, selecting the best idea when you're taking care of data storage in relationship to ethical AI. So where is your data now? Where is it ending up? Where is it going? Are you actually keeping track of where your data is? If your data gets stolen, what kind of ethical minefield can your data end up in? That's the question that we want to ask here. That's why we have an accountable manager here. We also see job roles here. So this whole data set is filled with job roles, functions that take care of an activity, and this is the accountable person here that you should be asking this question of, and you should really know that these things are under control. Has a better understanding of the impact and risk, and really knows who is in the way of reducing risk or what is in the way, a way of prioritizing alerts and cyber risks, and begin to shift or restructure operations to mitigate risk and protect your environment from environmental risks. If I click on them again, I'll see red balls appearing, only 2 red balls in this case, and those are main keywords. So if I want to drill down really in one area, one selection of ideas that are related to risk, I click on this one and out pop all the ideas that are related to risk. So there you see the idea of how this works. I can do the same with the main question here. I can really drill down into risks specifically, and I get more questions surrounding risks. But that way I can easily and very quickly put a project plan together, or a Kanban, to make sure that we're doing the right things right away, and I can get the right account manager and the right people to make sure that we're doing that. So what we're looking at here is the main question, and I've explained the colors of the balls and what they actually mean. Let's have a look at this one. Infuse essential security processes with threat intelligence. Where does that come from? Because I haven't really explained that one yet. If I look at all the related areas that you have to cover and take care of when you're dealing with ethical AI, so this is the main topic, ethical AI, open it up. What do we see now? We see all the green bluish balls surrounding it. So all of the areas that you really need to take care of when you're dealing with ethical AI. Let's just pull out a few. AI ethics data here, artificial intelligence, AI ethics system, AI in hiring. I saw it here somewhere. AI advisors. Oh, I love this one. I saw one here. Hate artificial intelligence means. What actually saying there is that you got to take care of your of the sentiment that's related to your AI systems. AI ethics, quality assurance, sentiment analysis, AI rules, guidelines, audit, AI system security, AI development, brand ethics risk, responsible AI. Got to take care of that. That's in place. So I can pull each and every one of these areas out and see what's underneath. So responsible AI, I'm just pulling it out just for the fun of it. These are the questions that we can be asking here. Who is accountable for the ethical considerations during all stages of the AI lifecycle? What are the most important ethical concerns of AI technology? What is responsible AI in this case? Again, job roles here, functions that will ensure that we're doing the right thing here. Labeling linguist AI, AI security lead, contact center solution engineer, central, ESG media relations. Now these functions, these job roles, those are real job roles, real functions out there right now in the marketplace. You can even go and apply for those and make sure that you fulfill those job roles by asking these questions. And when you're asking these questions, you're taking care of these activities that are in here. So it's helpful in that regard as well. If you want to put a team together in your organization that takes care of ethical AI, have a look at the job roles that are involved here, and I'll pull them up later. And you can simply and quickly put a team together for that. Now, ethical AI has a lot of questions that you need to be covering when you're dealing with that, and you see the questions here. Those are the blue balls. Let me pull up all the questions so you get quickly an idea of what's in there. These are all the questions that you need to be covering when you're dealing with ethical AI, and I'll just pan over them. I won't read them out loud. You can have a look at them. I'll just pan over a few so you can have a check for yourself of, hey, we're doing that, or we're taking care of that, or that makes sense in our organization. We're really doing that. So there's a lot you need to be covering, and there's a lot you need to be taking care of when you're dealing with ethical AI. And it's really thinking deeper about the consequences of the data that you're gathering, the consequences of the data that you're already storing, having for now and in the future. So it means more than just a list of swear words, putting that in your AI system and make sure that nothing pops up that has those swear words in it. There's way more to it. Now, how do you see the forest for the trees? There's so many questions. Let me just make it easy on you and pop up the most important questions. So, like what I've said to you before, all these questions are tagged. They're all organized in a priority kind of way. They're all prioritized. So, these are the three main questions, the three most important questions you need to be asking yourself when you're dealing with ethical AI, and make sure that you're doing it in the right way. So we had this one already. What are the ethical risks of long-term data storage? I'm going to open that up so we have that open. We've seen that before. I walked you through these. And now let's go to the other two questions. Does your organization have an ethics by design process that is part of the system development process? So is it actually built in ethics in systems development right away? Because in the end, if you want it or not, most systems that you'll be running in the future will have an AI component related to it. So ethics by design needs to be built in the system development process that you're taking care of. Open it up, see what comes up, and what we have here is have an emotional reaction to any part, so let emotions play in here as well. Have an understanding of customer usage of services and how this varies over time. This is part of it. As a designer, know more about the system, so learn more about the system. These are the things that you need to be asking yourself here. Open it up, see what kind of other areas we need to be covering here. Designer, services, reaction, all to the accountable manager. Question number 3. How do you emphasize ethical collaboration in the design phase and include due diligence on platforms, data processors, and partners. So across the whole supply chain, across the whole vendor chain of everything that you're developing in your organization. So it's not just your data, but also the data it touches or the data which it has been touched with. If I open this up, there's a lot in here. I can see it already. Let's zoom out a bit. There we go. Reconcile conflicting consumer goals through collaboration. Generate real content for a variety of digital platforms, and continue to improve effective data communication capabilities and collaboration, and use cloud services for computing, communication, and collaboration. That's a bit of an obvious one. Again, so if I look at the areas that we're covering here, responsible data use strategy, that's what we need to have in place. Let's zoom out a bit. Morality and ethics in AI, infuse essential security processes with threat intelligence to make sure that your data is never stolen or misused, basically, or changed in any way, in any format. So responsible data use strategy, have that, infuse essential security processes with threat intelligence, and morality and ethics and AI need to be in place. And I can really go in and zoom into that one specifically and then get some more questions here. Here's another question. How can artificial intelligence assist you in the decision-making processes during this? And I can do this here, responsible data use strategy, and I can do this one here with the infuse essential security processor with threat intelligence. There you go. So what we have here is the roadmap to start out with if we want to have a look at ethical AI and if we're doing the right things in our organization. So these are the people that we can actually talk to. These are the questions that we should be asking them. These are the answers that we, as a starting point, need to be looking for in our organization. And these are the main areas that we need to be covering here when we're dealing with ethical AI in an organization. Now, if I only want to focus, there's other ways I can use this data set for to actually look at ethical AI in an organization and how it's all connected. I can have a look at all the job roles, for instance, all the functions, and I've shown you a few of those before. You see, those are those roles here, the blue roles. Let me show you all the roles that come up that are involved here. So these are all the job roles, all the functions that are related to ethical AI in an organization or that have some things to say about it and manage it as well. Director of Product AI ML, Director AI Strategy, AI Product Manager, Analyst Revenue Operations. Let's have a look at Director AI Strategy just for the fun of it. AI Strategy, there you go. Have dedicated specialists to handle your analytics tool. How can confidence in AI as a trusted, responsible, and ethical tool be built? That's a question I'd be asking that person. Other persons in the team that are related to that, they pop up here as well. They are related to that AI strategy. So you see, it's a very in-depth way of looking at the job roles, the functions that you need to have, and how AI ethics touch upon those job roles and how they need to care of those, of what AI ethics wants of them, what the organization wants of them. So what are the best ideas to put in place here? Regulatory compliance, interesting one as well. There's probably more. Look, loads of stuff here in regulatory compliance, which will grow and grow and grow and grow as well over time. A lot of areas that need to be covered here. So you see, there's all the job roles, all the functions, and of course there are so many things that you need to be taken care of. And those are all the green balls, and I'm showing you the most important ones related to the most important questions. But these are all the areas that you can be covering when you're dealing with AI ethics. Take a make or buy decision, for instance. Account for how you of your organization interacts with community decisions. And envision a grid approach or a features approach or a combination. Have realistic expectations for the benefits of AI. Better understand user issues quick and create a quick model, etc., etc., etc. Make a difference in media coverage for human and AI. Use AI to enhance or introduce new products and services. All these activities you can have in place to make sure it's doing the right thing in regards to ethics and AI. So how you connect them all, that's basically by asking the three questions, start out there first, and then connecting them out to the roles and the activities they need to be doing. Or you can do it this way. You can start with an area that you want to be covering, upskill your workforce to proficiently operate and work with AI. That's obviously a task for a lead HR business partner tech. And a question I can be asking, who is accountable for the various phases of the data activity? See, there's many ways I can enter this area here and take care of ethics in AI and making sure that we're doing the right thing in our organization. And let me have a look at the time so we don't run over. Oh, we're at 15 minutes already. Time flies when you're having fun. Let me show you the data set itself, what it all entails. This is the data set in total. And the reason why I'm showing you this, you can see the connections here. You can see all the data that's in this data set and all the connections that it has from the major areas. So the green bluish balls, AI ethics services here, for example, AI ethics principle, ethically aligned design plans, artificial intelligence ethics data, all these areas, the main areas, and then the questions that are related to those are the blue balls here, and the activities that are related to the questions, make sure it's doing those, are the green balls that are in place, and the dark blue balls, they're all the job roles, the functions that we need to have in place. And if I want to zoom in on different areas, I can have a look at the red balls and the yellow balls to see what comes up when I'm dealing with those areas. So this one says opportunities. Let's see if I click it, something pops up. Might be a bit slow because it's a lot of data. Yeah, it pops up, but I can hardly see it because it's just a lot going on here. This is the whole data set. This whole data set you can have that data set. It's available for purchase down here in the link below. You'll get the whole data set, PDF book included, and all the data that comes with it. For now, I wish you all the best for today. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk again tomorrow.